Hey, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing how to set up Google advertisements to get people to visit your restaurant, store, or any physical location where you may sell services or products or whatever it may be. Now, for these advertisements, they're super simple to set up, and the first thing you're going to need to do is go to ads.google.com to look at the rest of this, and you're going to open up basically this page. If you have an account already, it should be set up. If you don't, you're going to need to make one quickly. But don't worry about that since it is free and Google gives you some extra credit when you're starting off. So make sure to go ahead and do that and then come back to this video where you can go to create your new or first campaign. If you already have an account, of course, you would just click create a new campaign and you would be in this page where we would select what is our main advertising goal. Now, I'm making this video because I know that COVID has impacted a lot of businesses and physical locations are not being visited so often, one, because of safety concerns, and two, because people are starting to see that they can do a lot of their shopping online, but they're still not getting that quality experience that they would of visiting a physical location. Despite me myself being a big fan of buying things online, I still do believe that a physical location is something that people want to go to, but they really need that extra encouragement that these ads can help you to basically to show the safety of it. So on this step, we're going to click Get More Visits to Your Physical Location, and we're going to go Next. Now, on this page that's loading right now, it's going to ask us about our specific shop. Now, your shop, you can probably have a name for it, whatever it may be, but for our setup example here, we're going to be doing Zara.com, which is basically a clothing shop, because I personally don't have my own physical business, so I don't think I can set that up, but you would write whatever your business name is here, and then you can put your business's website right down here. Now, if your business does not have a website yet, you can go ahead without inputting the website step right here, but I highly encourage that you do find a way to get a website for your business, because when people see these advertisements, they'll maybe want to check out first your website, see what kind of services you offer, what kind of products you offer, what kind of food you make, whatever it may be, and then they will check the location or come back and actually visit your store, restaurant, as we said, whatever it may be. And if you want to find out more information about why business websites are important and how to set one up, make sure to subscribe down below and click the big thumbs up button, and that's really going to help out with this video and also encourage the creation of a video where I explain all about business websites and how they can help really drive business into physical locations as well. Okay, so enough talking, we're going to the next step. And here we can choose our customers. So it asks you here, as you can see, where are your customers? And this is a pretty simple way of doing it. You can either enter your business's address, or you can use this radius after you've entered the address and adjust to how many kilometers or miles around your business you want these advertisements to show. This depends, of course, on whether your business is a local one, whether you want to just advertise in your neighborhood, and also depends on the size of the city. What you can see here is the potential audience size, which is how many people would potentially see this advertisement in 1 month if you do it for a certain radius. As you can see, the higher the radius goes, the more it increases. So since we're right now in Berlin, which is a huge city, I would probably suggest doing something around the certain neighborhood in which you're in, or something more accessible to people around you. But if it is a specialty service which people can't get anywhere else, then feel free to go crazy. Spread that radius quite wider if you know that people would be willing to visit your business for quite afar, but it is generally more effective when people are within a closer range to your business. So going into the next setup, we're now going to be asked to set up relevant keywords. Now, if you have a website, then the keyword theme will automatically be fed from your website into here. But here now we can choose what keywords we want to relate to our business. So this is highly related to what your business is about. If we're talking about a restaurant, then you would have food or whatever specific restaurant. So you would have something like Asian restaurant near me. You would have pizza, Italian, whatever it may be. Since we're doing it for Zara, which is a clothing website and the clothing stores, then we would do something like clothing, or so for example, since we're doing for Zara, we're going to be putting in something like clothing, and you're going to get these related keywords that you can add. Then you have suggestions right here, so kids clothes, men's clothes, women's clothes, whatever is most relevant. Of course, you can enter it by yourself, or you can take from these Google suggested ones, and we're just going to go next after we've selected enough. And we get into the creative part of this where we can actually see how our advertisement would look. So here is the most important thing, especially in these times now. You would be able to create the headlines and descriptions about your business and why people should visit. For example, the headline number 1 here is just the name of the store itself. The headline number 2 is visit us in a certain location. You could also put your actual address here instead of the city name. The headline number 3 for Zara is something like stylish and affordable. The description is where you can get even more creative and describe, is this the best Italian food? What specific things do you have? You have some sort of discount, so you can say visit us in Berlin for 40% off. And this is something really encouraging to people that are viewing this advertisement, because even if they weren't thinking about doing it before, they will then perhaps be incentivized. If you're not giving away any discounts, just make sure to find convincing words that people would want to click. But the beautiful part is that you can change this at any point in time. So if you decide that you need to set up a different type of advertisement or change the headlines because they're not resulting in a lot of visits, you can come back, revise it, and set it up again. Really test whatever might be working better than not. And also, I encourage you to ask customers where they heard about your restaurant. Why did they come? Did they see an online ad? This is maybe something that you can do in the store itself. So we're going to go next from here as well. And we're going to get this option, whether we want to add a phone number. If you're a restaurant, for example, and want people to set a reservation, you can definitely add a phone number here. But as you can see, it's optional for these types of ads, so you don't really need to do this right now. For our setup, we're not going to do it, but if you want to get people calling first, ask some questions, I encourage you to enter this as well. And then we're at the budget setup, which is the last and final step before your advertisement goes into review and gets put up live. So you have some recommendations from Google of how much money that you should input, and it tells you here what the estimated amount of people that would see this advertisement would be and how many people would click on it and then get the information about your business. Whatever this may be, it's up to you, and it's up to how much you feel comfortable spending on these advertisements and what your budget is. I would suggest starting with the recommended amount by Google, seeing if it has any impact on your visits, how much that impact is, and whether it's worth investing a little bit more. After this, you would go into setting up your billing, which I don't really need to do. It's just entering credit card information, and then you are all set. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please make sure to smash that subscribe button down below, and I will follow up with more videos. And of course, if you have questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I would be very happy to address them as quickly as possible. Thanks a lot, and see you in the next one.